We are Cory and Wallace, an early retired couple on a full-time journey around the world. With a passion for exploring new cultures, discovering hidden gems, and enjoying delicious local food, we are on a mission to experience as much of the world as we can.
Welcome back. We're in Chiang Mai, Thailand now. And the reason we came here was to enjoy Songkran. And Wallace will tell you more about that. It'll be our very first experience of Songkran. So we're very excited.
Yeah. Songkran is basically the primary reason we came to Chiang Mai. We have been here before, about 7 years ago, and we loved it here then. So we're back, and this time here to experience Songkran. So what is Songkran exactly? Songkran is the Thai New Year. It officially is April 13th to the 15th, though these days Songkran basically runs for a whole week, it seems, across most of the country. And Songkran is, the name Songkran is derived from ancient Sanskrit, and it refers to the movement of the sun between the zodiac signs, and historically was celebrated by, in a couple ways. They would sprinkle water on Buddha images as a way to, I guess, honor Buddha and wash away, bad karma, that sort of thing. The other aspect of that is that within the family, they would use water to wash the hands of their elders, again, just as a way of blessing. It's basically a purification ritual sort of thing. Now, over the years, that's evolved, and now Songkran is most widely known for a massive multi-day water gun fight in the streets of Thailand, in all the big cities, Bangkok, Chiang Mai, but across all the cities and the villages. It's celebrated, and it's basically a big week-long party / water gun fight, which is kind of cool. We've never seen it in person. We've only seen videos of it, and it looks like it's going to be something else.
The only thing that we know 100% is that you're going to get wet if you're outside, period. It doesn't matter what you're wearing, what you're doing. People say, like, if you're wearing a 3-piece suit going to work, you're still getting wet.
Yeah, it's fair game.
So, it'll just be a very interesting experience.
Yeah. So today is Friday, April the 11th, I believe it is. Songkran officially starts on Sunday, but we've been told that it's going to basically start tomorrow because it's already a weekend. So today, what we're doing is we are going to head over to the mall nearby here, the Central Festival Mall that's near our Airbnb, and we need to find ourselves a pair of water guns. And maybe if I see anything cheap and appropriate, a Hawaiian shirt, because apparently that's a lot of the locals will dress in really bright floral print Hawaiian shirts. I don't know if there's any historical or traditional significance behind it, but that just seems to be what people do. So when in Rome, if I find something, we'll pick that up as well. But otherwise, like Cory said, it's, you're just going to be out all day. You're going to be getting sprayed with water. So quick drying stuff is going to be ideal. And it's also, again, 36, 37 degrees Celsius, like that's 98 plus Fahrenheit. It's going to be a hot few days. So hopefully,
Apparently, April is the hottest month of the year in Thailand, and that also has something to do with the water, or something to do with Songkran. So at least that I heard that at one point.
Yeah, makes sense. So anyways, we're going to head off to the mall and find some water guns. Unlike in Hua Hin, where it basically looked like people were selling stuff for Songkran everywhere we went, like water guns, Hawaiian shirts, like we're pretty much everywhere. While we've been here in Chiang Mai for these last couple of days, I actually haven't seen any of it. We actually had to message our Airbnb host and ask him where the best place to buy a water gun would be, and he's the one who directed us to the Mr. DIY hardware store here in the mall, which is where we're heading now. And success. We didn't actually buy any of the water guns yet. We now know what's available, roughly what the price is. We are heading into Old Town later this evening, so we'll take a look there and make a decision from there. But one way or another, there will be water guns available, so we're not too worried.
Our first bike ride into Chiang Mai, we went into Old Town. How was it?
I messed up the directions a couple of times, and Google Maps was a little slow to reroute a couple times, but we made it. Traffic's a little busier here than it was in Hua Hin or even in Bali. No, I shouldn't say it's busier traffic, but there's faster and there's more of it because this is a bigger city. But overall, not bad. Yeah, everyone kind of just does their thing, and so you just stay in your lane and keep an eyes on where you're going, and yeah, it was pretty good. I'll get used to it the longer we're here. We've got the bike for 2 weeks, so shouldn't be too big a deal. Anyways, we're gonna grab some dinner from a place called It's Good Kitchen, which is one of our favorite places here in Chiang Mai, and also happens to be across the street from
the massage parlor. So kind of a little history on us. When we were here 7 years ago, we stayed in Old Town. We stayed very close to the area that we are currently at. Fell in love with It's Good Kitchen and the massage parlor. They use ex-inmates, and it's a way of them integrating back into normal society. It's a very good, very well-run place. So we'll probably do that for a trip down memory lane.
Yeah. Anyways, that's pretty much it for now. I'm hungry, so we're gonna get some dinner. This place is exactly what I remember, and I love that. And great thing for Cory, most of the items on the menu can be made gluten-free here because they have gluten-free soy sauce, oyster sauce, and all that stuff. So yeah, Cory will be pretty happy. Unfortunately, her favorite dish, which is pineapple fried rice, cannot be made gluten-free. And again, it's because there's wheat flour in the yellow curry powder that they use here, which is interesting because I've never encountered that before.
It is very interesting being back here 7 years later, and it's exactly what I remember. Yeah, it's the exact same space. They're very knowledgeable on gluten-free, which they were 7 years ago, and if I recall, the food was amazing, so we're very excited.
We've got our drinks. I got a watermelon smoothie blended with ice. Cory ended up with mango red dragon fruit blended together with no ice, and she wins. Hers is way better. I've got an appy. Just went with simple spring rolls. So just little crispy veggie spring rolls. Hot, crispy, and delicious. You get the sort of sweet and sour notes from the dipping sauce. And yeah, that's hitting the spot right now. Our food has arrived. I went with a stir-fried dish. It's egg tofu. Egg tofu stir-fried with veggies and ground pork and chilies. And then I got a side of rice, and look how cute that is. They use like a teddy bear mold for the rice. So let's just dig in and see how this tastes. really tasty. It's kind of like got a brown gravy sauce to it. Stir fried really nicely. Veggies are super crisp and flavorful. That's really good.
I went with pad thai because I remember it being really good and because they actually have all the sauces. I imagine this is going to be amazing. That is probably just as good as I remember, if not better. Yeah, it's delicious.
I was paying the bill, which, by the way, this place only takes cash, no credit card. And I was telling the owner that we were here 7 years ago and that this place was every bit as good as we remember. And she insisted on giving me this cute little elephant keychain. So that was very sweet of her. I'm going to be clipping that to my backpack. Well, as you can see, it's a little bit later now. Dinner was great and was only about 17 or 18 Canadian dollars for the both of us. And we just came to, I think it's called Lila Thai Massage, and just had an hour-long Thai massage each. And it was only about 15 Canadian dollars each before tip. And how do you feel?
Yeah, I love Thai massage, but this is the first place we ever went for a Thai massage
7
or
years
even
ago.
a massage together. And I feel like we've learned a lot since, but this place holds up. It is just as good as I remember. I've had lots of massages after in different towns. This is still ranked highly on my list.
Yeah, I feel great right now. You know, they're not just massaging with their hands, they're getting in there with forearms, elbows, knees, feet, and you basically get worked over for that hour. And you end up basically feeling like a tenderized piece of meat, but in a good way. And I'm really relaxed and loose right now, so that feels fantastic.
And yeah, anyways, it's time for us to get back. So,
well, one more stop. We're gonna go grab ourselves some water guns, and that'll be it for tonight. Success! We are now armed.
We ended up going with the ones at 7-Eleven, mainly because they were there.
It was the easiest option. We actually asked our server at the restaurant, and she suggested another place outside of Old Town that we could have gone that might have been a little bit cheaper, but 7-Eleven is by far the easiest place to get a water gun. 7-Elevens are everywhere. They were only a couple hundred baht each, so like $8 and change each. And more importantly, these two that we got should be small enough to store under the seat of our motorbike so that we're easily able to transport them for the next few days. That was a consideration as well. I would have liked a bigger water gun, but then carrying that on the bike could have been problematic, so it is what it is. It is obviously the next morning now, and we took a drive out to get some breakfast. We've come to a little place called Butter is Better Diner and Cafe, or no, Diner and Bakery. It looks like a little American-style diner, but they were on the Find Me Gluten-Free app, and they have waffles on the menu, so that's what Cory wanted, and this is why we're here.
I've been on the hunt for a waffle since we started traveling, so I was really excited because this place said gluten-free and they advertised it on the door. Unfortunately, the gluten-free waffle, or the waffle maker, they only have one, and I know how hard it is to clean, even though he said that he's had many customers that they haven't had issues. I can't do it, so I'm gonna get pancakes instead. I'm hoping that's a good substitute.
Okay, my waffles here. Looks not half bad, honestly. Butter all over that. Some syrup. Lots of syrup. Sorry, Cora. It's actually a pretty good waffle.
I went with the apple pie pancake. They baked apple and cinnamon right into the pancake, so we'll see how that is. It smells good. Let's just go. The pancake is light and fluffy, and the apple is perfectly cooked. They did a really good job. You can taste the cinnamon. So I'd say this is a pretty good consolation prize.
We are now back at our Airbnb after having had breakfast. We were chatting with a local, an American who lives here in Chiang Mai. We were under the impression originally that some of the Songkran festivities started today, but turns out the holiday has started, so people are now off work, traveling home, that sort of thing. But the actual festivities, the parade, water gun fights, all that stuff will start taking place tomorrow and for the next few days. So that's pretty much where we're going to leave it today, and we'll catch up with you guys tomorrow.
8 hours later.
So it's official. Songkran starts on Saturday.
Yeah, when I said in that segment earlier that it hadn't started yet, I was wrong, and we found that out when we made the mistake of riding the motorbike into Old Town for dinner.
To be honest, it was very small taste of what's to come. So we're going to actually just make a whole new video about tomorrow because we feel like it's going to be pretty intense and like really fun. But yeah, getting splashed with water while you're on the bike, it's a new experience for sure.
Some of it ice cold. And yeah, I don't know, there was only a bit of footage there because we didn't bring the GoPro with us, but there were people with water guns, with buckets of water, with hoses, everyone out having a good time. Yeah. Just a really festive atmosphere. A lot of fun tonight, and I expect tomorrow is going to be more of the same.
And there's absolutely no getting out of it. Like, you don't want to get wet, good luck.
Yeah, if you go outside these next at least 3 to 5 days, you are getting wet. No holds barred. It doesn't matter. Apparently, if you're going to work wearing a 3-piece suit, you're getting splashed with water. So yeah, that's what we have to look forward to for the next few days. But I think we're going to leave it there for this video. So thanks for joining us as we prepare for Songkran here in Chiang Mai, Thailand. We hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you have, please hit the thumbs up, give us a like, and make sure you subscribe.
And we hope that you'll join us in our next video for more adventures. Until then, stay curious and keep exploring.